Yeah, this your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa 914, Western County, New York. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to the Alpha female YouTube creators. Shout out to you. You're doing a wonderful job, a wonderful job. You're talking your truth, you're speaking your truth. Shout out to you. Whether you get into an argument with someone else on another channel or whatever's going on, I don't know what's going on. I'm only subscribed to certain people on these YouTube streets. I'm not subscribed to Kwame Brown. I don't give a fuck about Kwame Brown. I don't give a fuck about the Kwamites. I don't give a fuck about the Kwamites. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Since Rabbit got a man, he's doing his thing over there. He's doing his thing over there. That's what he needed to do. And I was on Moonlight channel yesterday. Shout out to Moonlight. Shout out to Soulfly. Shout out to both of these alpha females. These queens. The queens, the goddesses on YouTube. In the sector. Shout out to them. And they being real. They being real about what they do, how they speak, when they come over. I've been knowing Moonlight for a long time. Just like Brown Skin Lady. I met both of these ladies at the same time. Shout out to both of these ladies. Shout out to Brown Skin Lady. Shout out to Moonlight. Shout out to Queen Regina. Shout out to all the alpha females on this sector of YouTube. Shout out to Soulfly. People don't agree with what she's doing, but I understand why Soulfly is doing what she's doing. Shout out to Soulfly, my Texas sister out there. Texas. You know, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of my homeboys from New York and New Jersey didn't stand with me. Certain people from Texas stood with me. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Texas. Which part of Texas you're from? Shout out to you. One of my homegirls, Marisol, she moved back out there to Texas years ago. I met her in prison. Shout out to Marisol. Shout out to Marisol. Shout out to an ex-girlfriend of mine. She said everything's cheaper down here, Arabia. Why don't you move here to Texas? I'm afraid because I don't know nobody. I could speak the Spanish. I could speak Spanish all day, every day. But when I get my reparation, I want to move from South Carolina. I want to move from New York. I don't want to live in New York. I don't want to live in South Carolina. I will probably go to Texas or further south into Mexico. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what the fuck it is. Shout out to my home team, my support system in New York. I got plenty of people supporting me in New York. Shout out to them. But I am the BT 1000. I'm the original BT 1000 on this shit. But I talk the truth about women and about men and my crimes, what I did years ago. One of my homeboys right now, he's still living. He's still living, and he disrespected me a few years ago. What did I do? I trapped him off in that house, wherever he was at, and I set the shit on fire. That's what I fucking did in my real life. And the police came, the ambulance came, everything came. You know what happened? Even though they knew I set the fire, I got out the next day. I got out the fucking next day. Shout out to the chat. And that is what the fuck it is. People disrespect me or hurt me in any kind of way. Those that are close will be pinpointed. Birdman, no longer here in my life. He in some other bitch's life. He in some other nigga life. Because he's bisexual as well. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the LGBT community. They accept everyone. They taking memberships right now. Shout out to them. And you don't have to pay no cash app. You ain't gotta pay no nothing to get there with them. Shout out to the chat. I am your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa 914, Westchester County, New York. I am in my fucking house. Those that don't understand what I'm saying, lo siento, no escuela es mío. Estoy donde nada nunca se pasó. Kuja na mimi kula jakula michi bariri. You are welcome in my house. Karibu ni umbani kwangu. Jifurahishe kula na kuniwa kuvuta kumpumzika. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy. But you gotta respect my YouTube creators, especially the females. We ain't worried about the men right now. We ain't worried about the men. The men got that. They do the drops. They do this. They do that. I had to go into another YouTube channel and get the drops about me telling the truth all the time. Shout out to the Ghost Watchers. Those that are not here, catch the playback. But a lot of you are afraid to write into the comment section. You know why you're afraid? Because you don't know who the fuck you really are. Those that know who they are, they know how to get in touch with me. Whether through my email, arabiabarbosa@gmail.com, or they know how to call my phone. A lot of people don't know how to call my phone. I got one female calling my phone, and she only calls me when she checking on me. She don't want me to be dead in the apartment because something can happen. I remember a few weeks ago, I heard a lot of crunching in the bathroom area. I heard a lot of crunching in the bathroom area. And I said, "What the fuck is that?" And I saw a lot of dust on the bathroom sink area. I looked up. A possum was trying to bite through the plaster. I took a broom, hit that shit, and put the steel wool into that area, and then I sealed everything off. I sealed everything off. Shout out to the chat. Because when I was living in New York, I used to live in rat-infested apartments. The apartment was beautiful on 54 Saratoga Avenue. I doxed my own self. That apartment I lived in New York was beautiful. It was wonderful. I enjoyed living there. But every other week I had to get up and kill rats. I used to chase them down, move the furniture around, Motherfuckers gonna growl at me, we gonna kill your ass. And that's what I did with them rats and them mice or whoever was running through there. I didn't accept them living in my home. Cause I remember I used to be at my sister's house all the time. I used to sleep over there, everything. And my sister finally told me, she said, Arabia, go to your home. Go home. It's not that she was saying that she didn't want me there with her, but she said, Arabia, you got your own house. Go there. And I went there. Start cleaning up. Start wiping down the walls with the bleach. Put the food in the house. Put the food in the cabinets or, the refrigerator. Wherever I had to put everything, I put everything. And then I saw those demons running through the house. I killed every last one. Every last one. And then I remember one year, I was sitting in my apartment. I was just enjoying myself. And I heard a lot of rustling. A lot of rustling. And I went to the window in the bathroom. Because over there, it had a lot of vines being grown. See, in certain parts of New York, the vines will grow onto your building. And I heard a lot of rustling, and it was a squirrel. He was building his own nest. And I started talking to him like he was my brother, like he was somebody very important. I used to buy the Fritos for him. I used to buy the peanuts for him, the shelled peanuts, all that. Put it right in his nest and close the window down. And those mornings I used to go to work, he used to walk with me. He would walk with me. He stayed with me for maybe a year. And I know he planted other children wherever he was going, but he always stayed close to me because I was always nice to him. Always nice to him. But when that building went in foreclosure, he heard what my homeboy said when my homeboy read the letter to me about the foreclosure. The squirrel hurry up and packed his shit and left. I didn't see him after that. But he was my friend. A lot of animals will be your friend longer than human people. And I don't mean no harm. If I'm loyal to you, I will stick with you until the fucking end. And when the end comes, I leave. I grieve. Right now, I'm not dealing with death very well. I never dealt with death very well. We had pets that died in the house. Yes, we did. We had people in the family to die. But when that shit happened in 2011 in Newport News, Virginia, I never got over it. Never. When my homegirl, my cousin, I call her my cousin, Shakia Davis died, I never wanted to accept it. No more deaths. No more deaths. But ever since that shit happened, what happens when people disrespect me? What do I want you to do? I want you to die. To get out of here. Shout out to the chat. And I have done things for people to, you know, get out of here. I remember when Kendall disrespected me a few years ago. I was living homeless at that time You know what I did? I trapped off the bathroom doors and set everything on fire. And when he was crying, he was banging on the door to get out. I was outside laughing. I sat outside laughing. Of course, he called 911. Of course, the police came, the ambulance came, everything came. But he never forgot about that day. He asked me for my address. I said, I don't think you want to come over there where I'm at. I don't think you want to visit me. Shout out to the chat. Because I put Birdman out of here years ago. Birdman is in his own home. Me and Birdman had our own problem. Everyone saw it. Sears Rabbit Got a Wrench saw it. Selena saw it. Lonnie One Love saw it. A lot of you YouTube creators saw the shit happening and you didn't say anything. You kept quiet. Some of you tried to do videos about it. Yes, you did. You spoke up against me plenty times. What happened? And then there was one day I was on Brown Skin Lady channel years ago, almost 2 years now. I think it's 2 years. And she had the death coach up there. The death coach had hit the link and the death coach was going in. And I hit the link. And I spoke those words. Even Brown Skin Lady said, oh, hell no, I'm not going to have this on my channel. Get the hell out of here, Arabia. Get the fuck on. She dropped me. But I never got angry with Brown Skin Lady for doing that. She had to do what she had to do. She had to save her channel. The death coach and me will never be friends no more. Shout out to the chat. Brown Skin Lady is my friend. Brown Skin Lady is my sister on these YouTube streets. Moonlight is my sister on these YouTube streets. Soulfly is my sister on these fucking YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Those that are not here will catch the playback. We got ghost watchers. Been had ghost watchers for years. I don't give a fuck what the ghost watchers are talking about. I'm going to be me, Arabia Barbosa. 914 West of the County, New York. I am the only original BT 1000 on this shit in this sector. I came from Soda Nation. Tommy always, when I would came up, Tommy like, yo, that's a nigga. A nigga with tits. Shout out to the chat. I ain't worried about Tommy. I ain't worried about nobody in Soda Nation. Because you all left me by myself. The rabbits, they stuck with me. But they are tired too. I am the only BT 1000. I'm the only original BT 1000 in this sector. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. Kuja da mimi kula chakula miji barere. Nico Fiti. Yeah. Nico Fiti. I'm good. I'm good. G Fura Hishe. Kula na kuniwa. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your life. Let me say it in Spanish. Let me say it in fucking Spanish. Shout out to the chat. We gonna say this shit in Spanish. Ven aquí conmigo, la gente. Ven aquí conmigo, la gente. La comida está lista para ti. Estoy donde nada nunca se pasó. Those that don't understand, lo siento, no es culpa, es mío. I'm looking for my next protection. Am I going to protect myself? ¿Dónde está mi paraguas? ¿Dónde está mi guantes? ¿Dónde está mi lentes? ¿Dónde está everything that ever protected me? Arabia Barbosa. I am the bigger Jeeper Creeper on this shit. Jeeper Creeper. Everybody call me ugly. I don't give a fuck. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. And I eat. When you go live and you do your videos and you talk your shit, I'm eating your words. I'm eating because your words become a part of me. It becomes a part of my body. It becomes a part of my lungs. It becomes a part of my heart. Mi corazón está roto. Mi corazón estaba roto. When my people died, when my people got killed, and I couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. But everyone want to lock up Arabia Barbosa. Lock me up. Give them my address. When the cops come here, they laughing. They talking. Sometimes they buy me coffee. Or bring a gift for my birthday. That's what they gonna do. Anytime anyone call the police on me, they coming with coffee and they coming with a birthday gift. Shout out to the chat. Cause the police down here know me very well. Shout out to them. Yeah. It is what the fuck it is. And it will always be that. I'm your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa 914, Washington County, New York. I am the only original BT1000. I am the BT1000. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I am Lucy the Vampire. Lucy the Vampire is my white blood that going in my fucking veins. When people play with me, you better play with me. I am the German Shepherd in the room. There's 3 other German Shepherds after me. Go back over there to OD Kimball video. Punish me. You will see 3 German Shepherds running and enjoying their lives. Shout out to the chat. I am your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. And I'm going to protect every female on this app, in this sector. Especially if they cool with me. Shout out to you for being cool with me a long time. Queen Regina, you've been knowing me for years. Shout out to you. Moonlight, you've been knowing me for years. Soulfly, you've been knowing me for years. Brown skin lady, you've been knowing me for years. Over 3 years. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. I'm out of here. Be gone.